Three can keep a secret if two of them are dead. Have You Seen Me seamlessly picks up where Gossip Girl leaves off, but with more sex, more lies, and more dead bodies a la How to Get Away with Murder and You. When a coveted member of a group of entitled yet ambitious 20-somethings goes missing, their deadly secret is threatened to be exposed. But the real question is, who will be next? Read Have You Seen Me by creator Candy Washington on Amazon Kindle Vella, or listen and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care and manifestation if you're listening on the podcast. And welcome back to The Luxe Life if you're watching us over on YouTube. But either way, be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to both. And share this with a friend, because leveling up and glowing up in life is always better with a little bit of support and some community. With that, today's episode is all about the art of being unbothered. And this video and this topic was inspired by Dylan James. He is a mindset coach that I really like, and I follow him. I think he's amazing. So I've linked that below in the description box and in the show notes. So yes, by the end of this video, by the end of this episode, you will know a step-by-step guide to embodying the art of being unbothered.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram at Candy Washington. Let's go!
All right, so let's get into it. The art of being unbothered. So first, what does it mean to be unbothered? You know, we hear it all the time, but what does it actually mean? To me, being unbothered is when you yourself, how you feel, is the center of your emotional well-being. You make yourself the center of your own universe. So when something happens or someone does something that you don't like or is irritating or is annoying or is frustrating, it doesn't move you. You know, something, annoying or maybe something that you don't want to happen can happen, but that doesn't mean that you allow it to move you from feeling good, from feeling confident, from focusing on yourself, from being happy, from being your own vibe, from being the vibe, right? You're not moved by it. You're unbothered. You know, if the person that you like or your crush or your SP or whatever isn't texting you back, you're not depressed and sad and moody and upset and thinking that you're not good enough because somebody isn't texting you back, or you're not getting, a shady comment on social media, somebody's being a hater or a troll. You're not sitting at home crying over what some random stranger is saying about you. You're unbothered. You're unmoved. Whatever it is, you're not sitting around waiting on something, and you're not allowing external circumstances or people's moods and behaviors to move you. And by moved, I mean that you are sad, you're depressed, you're not feeling good about yourself, you're being a low vibe, you're not in your energy. That is when you are bothered, when you're irritated, when you're stressed out, when you're anxious, you're bothered, you're bothered by it. But I think the work that we're doing here is to get to the place, to get that mindset where anything outside of you no longer has the power to move you, no longer has the power to bother you, because your emotional well-being, how you feel about you, how you feel in the moment, you are your best and first priority. So you prioritize how you feel above how someone else is acting, above what isn't or is working out, above what people are saying, above what people are doing. You care more about being your own vibe. You care more about how you feel than you care about seeking validation from other people or other things. That to me is the art of being unbothered. You can say, okay, that happened. Got it. Anyway, and you keep it pushing. Oh, this person did that. Okay. Anyway, and you keep it pushing. Oh, this person didn't do that. Okay. Anyway, and you keep it pushing. You are not moved. You are not bothered by the moods and decisions and shapes of other people around you. And I want to give you a step-by-step guide to how to be unbothered in those moments of frustration, of anxiety, of being irritated or whatever it is. Say for example, and I'll give a couple examples. One could be maybe your specific person, the person you want to be with isn't texting you back, or you're waiting to hear back on a job offer, or you're not being invited out by friends that you want to be invited out by, or someone on social media says something really shady about you, or whatever it is. Whatever it is that is bothering you in your life, here's a step-by-step guide to get yourself to the place of being unbothered. So the first thing I want you to do is take a breath. And I will use an example of a text message from an ex. Let's just use that because I think a lot of people can relate to that. So I'll just use this as an example. So say you receive a text from your ex and it's not a text you want to get. Like they're just being whatever. They're talking about third party. They're talking about X, Y, and Z, like whatever it is, right? Instead of allowing that to get you upset, to trigger you, to get you to react, I want you to take a breath. Take a breath, take a beat, take a moment. Because when you take a breath, when you take a beat, that gives you the opportunity to get clarity, a little bit of a distance, and a little bit of perspective, right? So don't just be in react mode. Don't let when somebody texts you something you don't want to hear, or they're not texting you, or whatever the situation is, don't just react to it. Take a beat. You don't have to text back right away. You don't have to get upset right away. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You don't have to be checking your phone all day long. Take a beat. Get a little bit of a distance. And that could even just be doing, breaths. Breathe in for 4, hold, breathe out. Breathe in for 4, hold, breathe out. Do that 6 or 10 times, whatever, until you calm down and until you have a little bit of distance and perspective from whatever it is that is bothering you. Give yourself that space. And then once you take that breath, you take that beat, you take that moment, and you have some clarity on it, the next step is you now decide that you are going to respond to this rather than react to it. So a part of being unbothered is knowing that you always have the control in how you respond to something. You don't have control over whether or not somebody's texting you, what they are texting you, all of that stuff. You don't control other people or things, but you control yourself. And you can control how you choose to respond to something. And sometimes no response is the best response, right? Sometimes not saying anything, sometimes disengaging, sometimes just keeping it pushing is the best response. But you're not just reacting to something. You're making a conscious choice how you're going to respond to it. Sometimes it's sending, just a nice text back and just leaving it there, or whatever it is. But you get to choose how you respond to it. And you are responding to it from a place of, and this is the third step, of remembering who you are, remembering your worth, remembering your value, remembering that you deserve respect, remembering that you are enough. Remember who you are. Make your energy extremely expensive. Make your energy extremely high value. Be super selective and discerning about the things you give your energy to. Do you want to spend your energy worrying about this text? Do you want to spend your energy worrying about when you're going to get a text? Do you want to spend your energy worrying about what somebody said about you on social media? Do you want to spend your energy about what your frenemy is doing to you? Do you want to spend your energy about what a toxic family member is doing? Whatever is bothering you, those are just random examples, but whatever is bothering you, do you want to spend your energy being worried and bothered about it? Make your energy extremely expensive. and remember who you are. Remember that you are already worthy and valuable. Remember that you are the number one person in your world. And remember that you don't have to chase, you don't have to convince, you don't have to beg anyone or anything to choose you. Choose yourself. Validate yourself. Honor yourself. Respect yourself. Love yourself. Get back into tune with the power and the person that you are. Remember who you are and put yourself back on that pedestal. And raise the price of access to that pedestal. Raise your value. And if something or someone isn't willing to meet you on your pedestal, then don't be bothered by it. Be on your pedestal and be unbothered by it. Be unbothered by it. And that leads me to the fourth step. So now that you are remembering who you are, now I want you to use your tools and self-soothe to become unbothered. So say something does happen, say your ex does send you this text, right? Meditate. Go for a walk in nature, write down what you love and appreciate in the moment, talk to a good supportive friend, watch your favorite movies, eat your favorite foods, laugh, do something for yourself. Get back in your own vibe. Remember to get back into your own high vibe. Do the things that you love to do. Do the things that make you feel good. Make how you feel your first and best priority, rather than trying to convince or chase or pursue or get from somebody else, or being worried and depressed and sad and anxious about what somebody is or isn't doing. Take all of that energy that you would be putting outside of yourself, trying to get something from somebody else, and put it into yourself. Go get your nails done, go get your hair done, go dress up for yourself, go to brunch, read a book, whatever it is. Do whatever feels good to you to get you feeling good about yourself. And the more you do that, the less things outside of you, people, places, things, events, whatever, will bother you. Because you are so solid, you are so secure in yourself. You already love yourself, so you're not needing somebody else to love you. You already validate yourself. You're not needing somebody else to validate you. You've already chosen yourself. So you don't need anybody else to choose you. So if anybody is acting out of alignment with who you are, with your value, with your energy being expensive, you don't even have time for that anymore. So the next time your ex sends you some bogus text, you can look at it and be like, okay, that's cute. And you just keep it moving. You're not waiting around for anybody to tell you how to feel about yourself. You already feel good about yourself from within. And when you feel good about you, when nothing outside of you bothers you, that is such a powerful place. That is such a powerful foundation of self-love and self-worth and self-value, because you get it from yourself, and your foundation cannot be moved, because how you feel about you is not based on anything outside of you. If you base how you feel about you on things outside of you, you're going to be this chaos. Because anything outside of you can sway you, right? If you need this to feel good, you're chasing this. If you need that to feel good, you're chasing this. And that's chaos. But when you feel good about you from here, that's stability. That's confidence. That's foundation. That's peace. Because you don't need all of these things. All of these things can be happening around you, but you're not moved. You're not moved. You're unbothered by it. So I want all of us to cultivate the art of being unbothered. And again, this video was inspired by Dylan James, and I've linked below to his video because I want to give credit and I want to give a shout out to him. He is a great mindset coach, and he focuses on relationships. So I always want to give credit when I get inspired by other content creators and other people out there. but I want to put my own little spin on it too. But yes, so that is the art of being unbothered. Remember that how you feel, your own emotional and mental and spiritual well-being is your best and first priority. And if anything or anyone disturbs that peace, disturbs how you feel, disturbs your joy, do the 4 steps. Take a beat, get some distance, breathe, get some perspective, get some clarity on it. Decide that you get to control how you respond to things. You don't have to react to everything. You are in control. You control how you respond. And then the third is remember who you are. Remember your power. Remember your intrinsic value, your intrinsic worth. You are enough exactly as you are. Your authentic self is enough. You don't have to change or prove yourself to anybody or anyone. Remember your worth. Remember, you are the baddest person in your life. You are the best person in your life. You are it in your life. You're the number one person in your life. Remember that. Remember your power. And then fourth, use your tools. Use our self-care and manifestation tools. Use our tools. Journal. Laugh. Talk to a friend. Go for a walk. Exercise. Do some yoga. Watch something that makes you feel really good. Do some love and appreciation. Go for a walk. Appreciate the sun. Appreciate the breath in your body. Appreciate your heartbeat. Appreciate, the sun shining, the birds singing. Appreciate your life. Appreciate whatever it is. But do whatever you need to do to soothe yourself so you're no longer irritated, agitated, depressed, anxious, upset, bothered by all of these things that really don't even matter, because the only thing that actually matters is how you feel. And the more you practice on getting some perspective, some distance, knowing that you are in control of yourself, knowing that you are the most important person in your life, and then using your tools to feel better. That is how you get into the place of being unbothered. And the more you do it, the easier and easier and easier it gets. So with that, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you found value in this episode, please be sure to rate, subscribe, and review the podcast, and also on our YouTube channel. And again, don't forget to share this with a friend. If you need any more support, I have a Create Your Dream Life series course that is linked below. And I also have other resources. You can join our free newsletter, and there's other podcasts and books and shows and all that great stuff. Everything is linked below if you need some extra support, or if you just want to, catch a good vibe. So until next time, everybody, be well, take care of yourself and each other. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go!